This is Bumper to Bumper, the car show. Drive in anxious and cruise out confident. With the best automotive information for your vehicle. And now your hosts, Matt Allen and Dave Riccio.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bumper Radio. I am Dave Riccio here along with Matt Allen, and we are here to help you with your car every Saturday from 11 to noon. At Bumper Radio, we're helping you have a better overall car repair experience. To get a hold of the show, give us a call at 602-277-5827, 602-277-KTAR. And if you're the shy type, you can text us at 411-923. And today on the Bumper to Bumper Roadmap, we're going to get some fact or fiction brought from the grave. Open phones and texts, of course. And last week we talked about budgeting. In Barely, we talked a little bit about extended warranty, but we said that was a whole show in itself. And this week I had the perfect example of extended warranty and misrepresentation of extended warranty. And this vehicle actually started out at your shop, Matt. It came to your shop. It's a Ford Expedition, your shop, Virginia Auto Service. And it's a customer. It's a daughter of a guy that's been coming to you for decades.
Oh, yeah, one of our longtime customers. And the daughter brings her car in. And this is actually the son's car. So maybe it's the grandson. We're on the third generation of this customer. So that's great. And so, yeah, the car comes in. She had bought this used vehicle not very long ago, 4 or 5, maybe 7 months, something like that. And she bought the extended warranty.
I think she paid $4,000 for that extended warranty.
Yeah. And you know, hey, these extended warranties really work well for a lot of people. Some people, they don't. Other people think they work well and they didn't. And I've seen some real people really cash out very well on them. But the repair process does change a little bit. And they don't cover everything. So in this particular car, there was a transmission issue, and we diagnosed. We knew there was something wrong inside the transmission, and the whole transmission probably needed to be overhauled. But not being the transmission shop, of course, we're going to defer to TriCity Transmission. So the car gets down there. It's under the extended warranty. Well, with the extended warranty, they want you to take it apart to prove the failure. Well, of course, that's not what we're doing at Virginia Auto Service. So car's down there. Now Dave hands off to the warranty company. Now, in order to get this covered, we've got to prove the failure, which means take it apart. Now, remember, if you've got the extended warranty, you're still on the hook for the money until we find the exact problem and confirm it's a covered part. Take it away, Dave.
Well, yeah, so we call the extended warranty, and we say, hey, we've got such and such this vehicle here, and it's got this many miles on it, this, and that, and what's going on is the forward clutch is bad inside the transmission. They say, okay, you need to call your customer, and you need to get approval for them to pay for you to take that transmission out of the car to take it apart to prove point of failure. So I got to call her up and I say, hey, listen, it's just part of the standard protocol. You're on the hook for $800 until they authorize the claim. Are you okay with that? Yes, I'm okay with that. So we pull the transmission out, we take it apart, we prove point of failure, we call them up, we said the Ford clutch is bad, just like we said it was, and they said, okay, we're going to get an inspector out here. So they said that'll take 48 hours. So 48 hours later, inspector still hasn't showed up. He calls us like late in the day, says, sorry, I couldn't make it. I'll be there tomorrow. So 3 more days goes by. So this lady's been out of her vehicle for a whole week, right? And the extended warranty still isn't necessarily paying the bill. He comes out, he inspects it. Ford clutch drum is bad. And so then I wait another day for them to call me. They said, okay. They said, tell me what's wrong and the pieces, and I went over it, and they said, okay, we're going to cover $2,500 of the bill. I said, well, it's a $3,200 bill. Yeah, but we only cover $2,500. We don't cover anything that's wear and tear on that thing. All we cover is what broke. And so I had to call the lady up and say, hey, listen, it's a $3,200 bill, but they're only going to cover $2,500 of it, so you're going to need $700 out of pocket to make this thing work. And she said, I don't have $700. I said, I don't know what we do, but she said, I bought the warranty. I've only had the car for 4 months. She was just shocked by it, and she said, well, I'm going to call this warranty company and let them have it. And I said, well, I've read the contract. I'm familiar with it, and you're not going to get anywhere. You might go to the selling dealer and see if maybe they can help you out. They're the ones that told you this thing covered everything. Because that's where I find the problem is that these things are sold like, you're going to get the warranty, and you're going to have no problems from here on out. You're going to have to pay for your oil changes, but that's the last thing you're going to have to pay for. And these people are surprised to find out, if there's towing, they cover $50 of towing.
Yeah, not the whole bill.
Not the whole bill.
Maybe not the fluid.
In the rental car thing, she's been without her car, and they do pay for some rental car, with the receipt, that type of thing. But not all warranties even do that, and they only cover so much per hours of book time, and it never really even puts a dent in your rental car bill.
Right. So what could have happened with, looking back on this job, I see some good things about this warranty and how this thing worked out. I also see some bad things. She wasn't prepared for the $700, but where could this have gone wrong? I mean, they say, maybe go back, she wanted to go back to the people. The warranty company said, "We'll go back to the people that did the transmission, see if they'll do something for you." Well, yeah, they probably would have fixed the car for $2,500 instead of $3,200, but you wouldn't even got a $2,500 transmission. You would have got an $1,100 transmission that would be a piece of junk that they sold it for $2,500. You didn't have to come out of pocket for it, but you didn't end up very much further ahead than where you were. And what the takeaway is, they're only going to fix the problem. So a lot of times, I think in this case, you take advantage of, hey, they're going to pay 80% of this bill or whatever the number was. I think she did pretty well on only having to come out of pocket $700 because she got a proper repair. Remember, she's on the uphill part of this used car. She just bought it. She's not in a I'm getting rid of it mode. She's in the I just got it and I still have to make it last mode. So it's smart to spend that little bit of extra money above what the warranty company wanted to do and fix the car. But then I also see she's already got back $2,000 of her $4,000.
Well, she has, but she just laid out a down payment to buy this car. She just put $4,000 into a warranty, and she's financing that $4,000 probably for the next 3 to 5 years. So she's definitely paying a lot of money for that $4,000. And the first time the car breaks down, she just unloaded all of her cash. Well, she has no money to pay the $700 to get the transmission fixed right. And the warranty companies, a lot of them will only pay for partially what a good repair is. So, and that's not all of them across the board, but the inspector that came out to look at it, he was a real nice guy. And we had a long conversation about how these warranties work. I said, we're going to talk about this on the radio on Saturday. And he said, the majority of them, somebody's very disappointed. And his idea was the same as mine, was that these things are sold like they're going to cover everything, and they're fantastic, and you're not going to have to give us $2,000 for this warranty, and you're problem-free for the next 5 years. Yeah. And that's just not the way it is. Give us $2,000, and we're going to offset some of the problems, but it's not going to cover everything.
It's a good insurance policy. It's going to cover some things. I mean, I think they're a little bit like timeshares. They work for some people, and they don't work for others. And there's some good warranty companies out there, and there's some bad ones. I mean, I know that some of the better ones are some that you get at the new car dealership when you're buying the car. There's still other ones. Travelers Insurance has a good one. And we're always looking for referrals for good warranties.
If you got a good warranty and you think you want us to talk about it on the air, get a hold of us, because we would love to have a good referral. Like one of the ones that I like is CNA. You can only buy those with new cars. So CNA, you're not necessarily going to get on a used car, and that's where I see the issues on the used car stuff. But let's talk about items that are covered. It's going to be things, mechanical faults. They're not going to cover brake pads. They're not going to cover clutch discs. They're not going to cover stuff like that. Things that just wear. They're not going to cover that, and that's where it's weird on the automatic transmission. And one thing I forgot to talk about, they don't cover batteries. People think that batteries should be covered, but batteries are one of those things that are just, you're paying for it.
Well, you're going to pay for it, and the time to pay for the battery is when you're in control of that situation. That's why we test the batteries on every single car that comes into the shop. They cause weird problems when they go bad, and they always put you in a bad spot. So when it's time to replace the battery, Interstate Batteries. You find it at interstatebatteries.com. Most of the bumper-to-bumper radio shops have Interstate Batteries, and it's kind of the gold standard.
For the 20 years I've been in the automotive business, probably 18 of them I've been dealing in Interstate Batteries. So I mean they're like vanilla Kleenex of the auto repair business. It's a good battery covered coast to coast. So anyhow, when we come back, we're taking your calls at 602-277-5827, 602-277-KTAR. You listen to Matt and Dave, your KTAR car guys.
Dave Ramsey here. Folks, a great way to save money on your energy bills is to replace your drafty old windows with energy-efficient windows from my friends at Window World. I trust these guys. Window World was ranked by J.D. Power as the highest in customer satisfaction with windows and doors 3 out of 4 years in a row. That's amazing. Local husband and wife owners Jim and Tony Ballard not only offer Solar Zone Sunshield glass, but they will install 7 of these premium windows for one low price of $3,430. No gimmicks, no hassles. So don't wait. Call Window World of Phoenix today and get 7 premium windows installed for one low price plus $100 off sliding patio doors. Schedule today at 602-457-3738 or check out their showroom in Phoenix, serving all of Maricopa and Pinal County. For more info, check out WindowWorldPhoenix.com. Window World, simply the best for less.
There's nothing more important than family. Hi, Kurt Rock for Kurt's Auto Repair. Family owned and operated and bumper-to-bumper radio preferred. We've been taking care of Valley families and their auto care needs with a perfect Better Business record for over 27 years. Come experience the difference our ASE Master Techs can make for you and your family at Kurt's Auto Repair. Just east of I-17 at 22nd Avenue and Bell Road, or online at mycarhurts.com. Gas or diesel, foreign or domestic. If your car hurts, take it to Kurt's.
You know, do you like road trips? I think the older I get, the less I like road trips. I think it's because I have to focus on staying awake.
Well, yeah, and you can't, you know, it used to be like most of my road trips were like, oh, wow, what are we going to do tonight? I don't know. Well, let's go to Mexico. You load up the ice chest, and we're going down to Rocky Point or heading to Vegas, or let's go to Flag, go to NAU and party. You know what I mean? Those are my road trips, so they were fun. But I enjoy getting out there with the kids and screaming at them the whole way.
Right?
You know?
Well, welcome back to Bumper Radio. I'm Dave Riccio here along with Matt Allen, and today we're talking about your car. To get a hold of us, 602-277-5827, 602-277-KTAR. And last week was budgeting for auto repair, and we mentioned just because you got one of these warranties doesn't mean you're out of not budgeting. I mean, your expenses are going to come up. And then there's all kinds of warranties out there. So if you have a warranty question, maybe you're thinking about purchasing a warranty, maybe your new car warranty's running out and those mailers are starting to show up that say, got to buy one quick. That stuff's starting to show up in the mail. You want to talk about that? Or if you just want to talk about your gonculator valve, we can talk about that too. Anything in relation to your car, 602-277-5827. And Matt, the thing that gets me are the fly-by-night warranties, okay? These are warranties where they're aggressively commissioned to the people that sell them.
Oh.
So, I mean, I'll have people come out and say, here's how much money you'll get if you sell these warranties. And I said, it's just I don't want to, I'm not selling them.
I know that. I mean, and so what's a warranty go for? I mean, we can break it down a little bit. $2,500, $3,000, $29.95, $3,000 on a new car maybe. Mm-hmm. For a good warranty. Now that's like the MPP or the CNA one. But you take some of these guys that are selling them over the telephone, or the call centers are blowing up your cell phone. We're from the warranty proclamation center and this and that and the other, or late night TV. I've seen, and we've had people come to us and make offers. Hey, you sell these for $2,000 or $2,500. Ours are only $2,400, but there's $1,200 in commission for you in there.
Yeah. Well, they sell the heck out of them. These things are like
dirty about that.
They're kind of Ponzi schemes, and you can tell when you call on warranties where they've run out of money because they don't approve anything, and they use semantics out of not paying for stuff on your car. I mean, the first thing they do is they take a picture of the sticker in the door jamb, and it calls out the tire size, and then they go take a picture of the tire size on the car. And if there's any variation, even a half size, they say the vehicle's been modified, we can't fix it. And I got to call the customer and say, that warranty you bought, they're not going to pay for your transmission because you changed tire sizes. Well, those were the tires that came on it from the car lot that I bought it from. What do you mean? And the people that sold me this warranty. And so more times than not, I'm having to completely call somebody and it's bad news about their warranty. Now, I've seen it go the other way where somebody spent $2,000 on a warranty and they bought this used car and the warranty's paying $10,000 for repairs. All these things. So it goes both ways. More times than not, especially on used cars, I see it go to the negative way.
Yeah, and the different types of warranties. I think you want the ones that are, well, first off, read your policy. Really make sure that, again, you don't have those surprises, your tires are the wrong size. Back to what you're talking about, Dave, is what they're oftentimes are looking for excuses is not to pay. They're in business to keep the money. They have to, by law, it's insurance, they have to pay out a certain amount or they're charging too much, but they're looking for dirty fluids. They come into my place for a window regulator that's covered, for example, on their random inspection. They're checking the transmission fluid because they want to document that fluid's dirty. So in 4 months when the transmission goes out, they're going to say, oh, we checked that fluid last time it was in the shop and it was dirty. So you got to really make sure you're doing the maintenance. Maybe your manufacturer says you don't need to change the oil but every 7,500 miles, but in order to satisfy the warranty, you have to do it every 3,000. And then there's the different types of warranty before you even buy the warranty, what's covered, what's not.
For sure. Well, we got Jeff and Mark at open lines at 602-277-5827. But one of the things that I did want to mention is right now the disappearing deductible thing. Or, I was in there, I bought my wife this Grand Cherokee, and man, I'm really good at saying no to people. But this guy was like twisting my arm and twisting my arm and twisting my arm. And I'm like, I'm in this business and I know how these things work. And I'm having a tough time saying no to you, man. And so anyway, I didn't end up buying a warranty. But a friend of mine did at the same dealership owned by the same people, and he brought it to me for an oil change because it covered oil changes. And they said, well, it only covers oil changes every 5,000 miles at our dealership. If you want to take it somewhere else, we only covered every 7,500 miles, which is the factory warranty, which was Schedule B, I think, in his manual. So that there's a lot of games and gimmicks that go on. But some of those new car ones, they want to keep you in their dealership, so they're designed that way.
And I think, too, what he probably did, he bought the extended warranty, they threw out the one price, and they packaged it as the extended warranty, but he included that maintenance oil change in there, because extended warranties usually, the extended warranties just flat out don't cover oil changes. They added in the maintenance package and wrapped it all into one.
For sure. Let's go with Jeff in Mesa. He's got a 2009 Silverado. How can we help you, Jeff? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Oh, good. I was wondering if I should have not have bought this extended warranty. I bought this 2009 Silverado, but it only has 15,000 original miles on it. And I went ahead and bought the extended warranty. Do you think, is that something that I'm probably never going to use, or was that a smart choice to get the warranty with that truck with so low of mileage on it?
It would be hard to answer that question because there's how long is the warranty and how much did you pay for it?
I think it was $3,000 and it was for 6 years.
Okay, 6 years, probably up to 100,000 miles or something like that.
Yes.
Now the question, Dave, I don't know where you want to go with it, but the question is, what's covered? We need to get the manual out and read the book as far as what's covered, what's not covered, and there's the exclusionary in the, I guess, inclusionary. I'm just making up words now on what's covered. So there's some where they say there's a list of what is covered components. That's the worst kind of warranty, because if it's not worded exactly like it's on the warranty, it's not covered. The best kind is where they give you the list of exactly what is not covered. But the one thing that gets me worried a little bit, you bought this as a work truck.
Mm-hmm.
What does the warranty say about commercial use vehicles? So maybe it's not registered as a commercial vehicle, but if you have a ladder rack on it for work, maybe you're in the construction trades.
I have had more than one warranty denied because they showed up and the guy had one of those magnets on the door that said Joe's Handyman or whatever on there, and they said, oh, that's a work vehicle, and the thing didn't even have a scratch on it. He was just advertising for his business, but they declined his warranty. And so you got to read that kind of stuff. So I hate those kind of loopholes. And maybe that's if you just bought the truck. In my friend's situation where he had the oil change package, he brought it to me for his first oil change, and when he realized we couldn't do it for him, he went back and got his money back on that warranty. So go home, Jeff, read through that warranty, make sure it covers work trucks, make sure there's no exclusions in there that are going to keep you from getting good use out of this warranty. But I would say because the vehicle's only got 15,000 miles on it, the way I look at it, it's still 7 years old because it's a 2009. So there's two things that are hard on vehicles. One is mileage and one is time. So I think, if it's a good warranty from a good reputable company, it's not a bad choice per se. So the one thing I think about, though, is when a vehicle's new and they say, oh, yeah, man, it's got a 100,000-mile warranty on it, we got to realize that 3 years and 36,000 miles is already paid for by the factory. So now we're talking about a 64,000-mile warranty.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound as good, and it's not like you have double coverage, so they're going to cover everything. It's not like medical insurance, because I've seen medical insurance work that way when you got two policies. So, I mean, there's some different things to consider, you know, and also on these extended warranties, if you've got a vehicle that's beyond a certain age, the price comes up and what they cover comes way down. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking, and I think that trade-off is at 80 or 100,000 miles is some of what I've seen. So after 80 to 100,000 miles, it's going to become more of a catastrophic type of policy.
Yeah, and back to what you said, Dave, once you got this warranty, maybe you find out it wasn't the best thing for you, you can go get your money back, especially if you paid cash for it. Even if you've used it, I've heard people get prorated back, especially if the car was sold or totaled. But if you did finance it, they're not going to cut you a check. It's going back to the bank. They're going to probably re-amortize your loan or shorten the length of payments. So something to consider. If the car goes away, don't forget about your warranty.
When we come back, we're taking your calls at 602-277-5827. You're listening to Matt and Dave, your KTAR Car Guys on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A+ rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20-plus years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Here's what Carrie from Tempe had to say about her experience with Good Works Auto Repair.
As soon as you realize, I need to get some work done on my car, I'm sure the thought occurs to you that you're about to get taken for a ride. I used to share the same sentiment and wondered if the shop was going to make something up and have me spending hundreds of dollars instead of $30 I was planning on for a simple oil change. This is one of the reasons I will only go to Good Works Auto Repair. Because I trust them. Putting trust in an auto shop didn't come easily. It's been built over several visits with them doing exactly what was needed, not coercing me into unnecessary work. Ask them for an oil change and a safety inspection, they do just that. No baloney, list of filters, belts, and whatchamacallits that need replacing on my new car. Thank you, Good Works Auto Repair, for being there for me when I need you.
Appreciate the kind words. It's always a pleasure. Glenn Hayward here. Come experience what award-winning auto service should be. Good Works Auto Repair in Tempe, or visit us at goodworksautorepair.com.
Are you looking for a refreshing change in customer service? I'm Lee Weatherby from Accurate Automotive. How about a refreshing change in your car repair relationship with honest, clear, and responsive service that looks out for your needs and not ours? For over 20 years, we've been delivering award-winning service provided by ASE-certified technicians with one goal, looking out for your best interest. If it needs fixing, we'll tell you. If it doesn't, you'll know that too. I guarantee that you will not get that business-as-usual treatment at Accurate Automotive. Foreign and domestic, cars, trucks, and even fleet service, Accurate can handle your job. I invite you to come in and experience a refreshing difference in car repair and maintenance. Stop by for a free courtesy inspection, a $49 value. We feel it is well worth our investment in you because we know that good long-term relationships start early with your first walk through our doors. I'm Lee Weatherby, and I'll be there to greet you. Accurate Automotive, home of friends serving friends, just off Broadway and Robeson in Mesa since 1992. For more information, check us out at AccurateAutomotiveAZ.com today.
Arizona's news station. KTAR. On air, 92.3 FM. Online at KTAR.com. And streaming live on the KTAR News app. Your breaking news and traffic. Now.
KTAR News Time, 11:30. I'm Mike Sackley. Arizona votes. Donald Trump is suggesting that Hillary Clinton might have been on some kind of performance-enhancing drug during their last debate. Trump was mocking Clinton for prepping for the next debate when he made the comment today at an outdoor rally in New Hampshire. He's calling for both candidates to take a drug test prior to the final debate on Wednesday. Vice President Joe Biden says it's only a matter of time until the Russian president feels the effects of a U.S. response to Russia's cyber attacks. Now the Kremlin has taken action.
A senior administration official would not confirm any specific pending actions to target Russia and said any such move would likely remain a secret. In an interview Friday, Vice President Biden fired a warning shot, saying Russian President Vladimir Putin would know when the U.S. acts, and any move would be proportional to what his country has already carried out. Russia has denied any meddling in the election, and an official called Biden's threat unprecedented and that Moscow will take precautionary measures. Alex Mallon, ABC News, the White House.
Former Arizona Cardinals linebacker Quentin Groves has died at the age of 32. An Auburn University spokesman says Groves died in his sleep. Groves played his college ball at Auburn and signed with 7 NFL teams during his career. He played for the Cardinals back in 2012. Now let's check traffic in the RMEGold.com Traffic Center. Here's Mike Daniels.
Well, thanks, Mike. We do have a crash blocking the left lane, US 60 westbound right past Mill, and disabled vehicle blocking the left lane, 17 northbound right near Daisy Mountain. This report brought to you by Burge Ford, a dealer you can trust for over 70 years, located off US 60 and Mesa Drive or at BurgeFord.com. I'm Mike Daniels, KTAR News.
Sunny skies today with a high of 95. Clear tonight, the low 67, and sunny and 94 tomorrow. Right now in Ahwatukee, it's 86. Weather brought to you by Howard Air. Matt and Dave, KTAR's Car Guys on Bumper to Bumper, are back with you next. I'm Mike Sackley on Arizona's news station, KTAR News.
Arizona, an amazing state for outdoor recreation and exploration. Full of mountains, lakes, streams, forests, and of course, our beautiful deserts. Hunting, fishing, camping. If it's about the outdoors, we've got it covered. KTAR invites you to Get Outdoors with Mike Russell, today at noon. KTAR News on 92.3 FM and on every device with the KTAR app.
Membership has privileges, especially at the all-new Camelback Golf Club. A limited number of memberships are now available that include 36 holes of spectacular golf with a $10 million Herds and Fry designed Ambiente course, and of course the all-time Valley favorite Arthur Hills Padre course. Guaranteed tee times, discounted guest fees, private locker rooms, member lounge, reciprocal privileges at select Marriott golf facilities, and complimentary golf for kids under 10, and much, much more. All this with very affordable monthly dues and no assessments or monthly minimums. For info, go to camelbackgolf.com.
Hi, I'm Roger Bland with the Automatic Transmission Rebuilders Association, ATRA. As a transmission industry advocate, I travel throughout North America, studying transmission shops, looking for the best of the best that our industry has to offer. Professionally, ethically run shops that are proud to display the ATRA logo. I was recently in Arizona because I had heard from more than one source that I had to check out TriCity Transmission right here in Tempe. Folks, I've been in the transmission industry for over 25 years, and I'm here to tell you that Tri-City is the type of transmission shop we're proud to call an ATRA member. Not only does Tri-City Transmission meet the stringent code of ethics set forth for every member of the association, they also have an extraordinary approach to solving their customers' problems. You see, they don't just focus on what it is they produce, transmissions. Their true concern is about fixing your problem. And take it from me, that's a big difference.
To learn more about Tri-City Transmission, find them at TriCityTransmission.com. That's TriCityTransmission.com.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A-plus rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20-plus years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Fix it or forget it. This is the show that'll help you decide what to do with your car. Bumper to Bumper Radio. KTAR News on 92.3 FM.
You know, I love October. There's a lot of October birthdays. October 23rd is my birthday, so if you're out there taking notes and you want to send something down to the station for a little birthday gift,
and send it on Saturday, especially if it's breakfast or lunch or snacks. Or
my wife's birthday is October 6th, and I sent a group text out to all our friends, and I said, hey, we're getting together this and this place. Gifts are necessary, and as long as they're bike gifts for my wife, you know, because then I can use them.
Are you going to be disappointed in October if the Cubs?
Yeah, you know, we're not even no bad omens or anything like that. The Cubs are going to win because I'm just diehard, almost as diehard as your Cub guy at your shop, Tim.
Yeah,
Tim. Well, what the heck is Bumper to Bumper Radio? Bumper to Bumper Radio is a shop for you to learn about auto repair and
shop or a show.
Show.
Okay.
Show
Just
this.
checking.
All right. Easy there,
No,
Nitro.
it's a shop. It's a Saturday
Easy
shop.
there. Pump the brakes.
Everybody can use this shop on Saturday.
That's right. It's a show designed to help you with your car. Everyone's got to deal with home repair and car repair, and those are the two biggest expenses in your life, and they're the biggest source of anxiety. So we're here to lower the anxiety. What the heck qualifies me to talk to you about auto repair? Let me tell you what qualifies you. I own TriCity Transmission, which is in Tempe, and I am in there working with customers and with cars day in and day out. I drive 30 cars a week, and I find out what's wrong with them, and I've got great technicians that support me, and they pull me into the technicianing process. Other than getting my hands greasy, I'm in the shop all week long. And so I know a little bit about it, and then you, Matt, you're the same.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dave and I are both shop owners. Like he said, he's at Tri-City. I'm at Virginia Auto Service in Central Phoenix. And, again, I've been there 21 years. Working on cars is the only thing I've ever done. I had a job for a little while at Red Lobster washing dishes.
He would be screwed if he had to do something else.
He's
got no other skills whatsoever.
I am in the car repair business, and I have done that, and that's what I've done, and that's what I live and breathe and do, and I have a passion for, especially doing it right. And so, again, before I owned the shop, I was a technician, ASE Master Certified, Engine Performance Certified, the L1 rating. So, and we see it, again, like you, Dave, every day we're looking at different customers' cars. We're talking to people, we're interacting, and we see how other shops work. Dave and I are involved with the Better Business Bureau. We do the arbitration or help mediate complaints. I've done Ford Lemon Law arbitration. There's a lot of things that make us experts, and we try to bring that to you, to the table every week.
Well, Bumper to Bumper Radio is not only a show, and it's not only Matt and Dave, it's also a network of other auto shop owners that you can find at bumpertobumperradio.com. And those are people who think like Matt and I. And they're people that we talk to every day, and people that we're happy to say, hey, if you need a good mechanic and you're out there in East Mesa, go out to Mesa Auto Works. You know, there's pretty much a shop anywhere in the valley. If you're one of those people that doesn't really have a shop that you call home, go to bumpertobumperradio.com. If you've already got a home and they don't happen to be on Bumper to Bumper Radio, stick with them. It's hard to find a good relationship, and so we don't want to be a home wrecker in that sense. But if you need one, bumpertobumperradio.com. Matt, we've got Craig, Michael, Mark, and Chris, so we got to get to the phones. And Mark in Gilbert has been holding the longest with a blown. How do you test for a blown head gasket, I think? How can we help you, Mark? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Yeah, I'm just calling. A buddy of mine told me of a couple tricks to see if for a blown head gasket. I'm just wondering if you guys have any tricks to, instead of going to a mechanic and spending the $50 to do the diagnostics, if you have any ways to find out if a car has a blown head gasket.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ways. I probably deal with this more in the shop than you would, Dave, at the transmission shop. But checking for a blown head gasket, typically you're going to have engine exhaust coming through the cooling system. It's going to, the gasket blows. It allows the combustion to enter the cooling system where the gasket is compromised by the head, and then those gases have to exit somewhere, just air in the cooling system. So what we're going to do, a couple different ways. We have what's called a block test. You can buy this kit for probably $50 or $60 at Napa or something like that. And there's a fluid in there. We're going to draw air through, coming out of the radiator, through this tool across the fluid, so it's going to bubble through. And then if that fluid turns yellow, it's got the presence of exhaust in the cooling system. So that failed the block test. We can also take our emissions analyzer, the one that they use to stick in the tailpipe to sniff the gases. We can take that and hold that above the radiator and read the hydrocarbons or carbon monoxide coming out of the cooling system. But we've got false positive on those too, especially cars that get really hot and cook.
That's what I say. Sometimes the block test isn't always going to be proof positive. I see these like multi-layer gaskets where they'll pass the block test, but they still got a blown head gasket. But so those are some of the obvious if it obviously fails. The other thing too, Matt, is maybe just looking in the engine oil, seeing if it looks like it's got water in it. I've seen that's kind of one of the things you can look for.
Engine oil, and then the other things to get a little deeper. Sometimes we need to do this to verify, because again, I don't always trust those block testers. But on the more difficult ones, you might want to get the car hot to test it. There's different methods to testing. But another one is basically doing a cylinder leak down test where you pressurize the cylinders and you're looking for the air coming through the cooling system. Or you might have it going out the tailpipe. You might have it coming out the intake manifold. So you've got to look for airflow there. And the other way is if you have these strange overheating problems, we've taken and pressurized them overnight, all night long, with the spark plugs out and look for coolant in the cylinders that way.
And then you said spark plugs. You can see if the spark plug's got, is it white on them?
Yeah, you can read them.
You can look at the spark plug, and you'll find that in the back of your Haynes manual. There'll be descriptions of when you look at the plug, this is what's going on with the engine, kind of some telltale signs.
Yeah,
so
you could Google how to read a spark plug, and I hope you got lots of time because there's a lot of info there.
Well, thanks for the call, Mark. We are going to go with Michael in Phoenix. He's got an 03 Dodge Ram 2500 4x4. How can we help you? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
This kind of goes to the topic you've been talking about with warranties, but it's a different. What about warranties for new manufactured rebuilt engines? My story is 120,000 miles. I blew my Hemi, and I went with a company, a small town out of Indiana. You probably are familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me a great 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty that I paid extra for. Well, at 35,000 miles, that engine went. And when they stuck behind it, they gave me a new engine. They paid most of my repair. And now 40,000 miles later, it's doing it again. And my mechanic's saying that something inside the engine's coming apart. He first thought it was the exhaust gaskets. He changed those, got a little quieter, not very much. And I pull up to drive-thrus, and they ask me to turn off my engine. They say it sounds like a diesel, and it's not a diesel.
Well, go ahead.
What recourses? They say they only warranty one engine, even though it's a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I've not reached my 5 years. I've not hit my 100,000 miles, but I did get one engine from them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
no, it's still under warranty. So let's just say you got a transmission from me, and I gave you a 3-year, 100,000 miles. On the rare occasion there was ever a problem with one of my transmissions.
Yeah, right.
I would take care of it. If it happened again, I would embarrass twice as bad, and I would roll out the red carpet, and I would take care of it for you if there was another issue. And I have a feeling this company's been around a long time. They're not going to turn their back on this. If engine number 1 was bad and engine number 2 goes bad, and there's no obvious abuse or anything went wrong, they're going to take care of it. And I think I would really push that fact. And so I don't think they're going to, they only pay for partial some of the labor. I mean, some of that stuff is still going to be intact, but it needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. And that company has local reps here in Phoenix. You could probably arrange a meeting with them and at your shop and work something out. But there are cases where the warranty is one time. Take, for example, your new car. Let's use a battery, for example, in many cases. Or let's just say a fuel pump went out on your 3-year-old car that's got 36-month, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, right? So that thing goes haywire at 30 months and 34,000 miles. They put a new fuel pump in it.
They're not gonna warranty it again. The warranty doesn't start over.
That doesn't get 12/12 even. That doesn't even get the standard repair as if you were paying cash. It only gets you to the 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. Sounds a little bit like they're trying to apply that to this, maybe where you only get to a certain. We're only guaranteeing 100,000 miles worth of engines, and once you get that, you're out of luck, maybe. Or the other thing is like a tire warranty. Once you warranty the new tire, the old tire, you have to buy the new warranty for the new tire. So maybe something got lost there, but I think there's something to work out.
And I think that's the question because I do get that a lot. So does my warranty start over? No. It doesn't start over. It was a 3-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Here we are, 50,000 miles, and it's still a 3-year, 100,000 miles from that original deal. So now battery warranties, especially if you pay, right? It
starts over, yeah.
Starts over.
That's why we kind of joke. You buy the first battery, then you rent the rest of them. Because it's about every 2.5, 3 years you're going to pay $30 or $40, and it's going to be a prorate, and you just get a new battery constantly.
Well, we've got Craig, Michael, and Chris. And, Matt, I just want to touch on this text real quick before we go to break. 07 Dodge, 3,500, 4,000 miles a year. Do I really need to change the oil every 6 months? I think your problem is you need to drive your car more. That's just not enough. If I'm your car, I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling you should drive me more, all those things. Or maybe loan it to your friends. They'll be happy to drive it for you. You just pay for the gas and the oil changes.
Okay.
But what do you think, Matt? Still pop the hood every 6 months and check the oil?
Well, I think we always equate with an oil change, the oil change is the least of what you need most of the time. It's the eyes looking at the truck, the experience, the mechanic that knows what they're looking at to prevent future problems. But we have this in my area downtown, a lot of older women, older gentlemen that just don't drive a lot. They're retired. We put them on the 6-month program. Now, $3,500 Dodge truck, that's an expensive oil change, right?
Oh, yeah.
Probably a diesel. It's probably $150 or so. Get with your shop. What we tell a lot of people, let's do the once-a-year oil change, but I want to see it every 6 months no matter what to set the tire pressures, make sure the windshield wipers are still good, haven't rotted away, top off the coolant. Just make sure, because, again, time does hurt cars.
Anyhow, when we come back, we got open lines at 602-277-5827. We got Craig and Chris. You'll be right back.
In life, there are certain relationships outside of family and friends that are important. For instance, if your car breaks down, you want to have a relationship with an auto repair shop that you trust to repair your car. The same goes for your doctor, your accountant, and your attorney. Why? Because the services they provide involve health and financial decisions, and it's important to hire a trusted professional. This same principle applies to real estate. Hi, I'm Lisa Henry with Russ Lyon Sotheby's International Realty. For most of us, our home is the largest financial commitment and asset we will own in our lifetime. So when you decide to sell, it's important to hire a professional, knowledgeable real estate agent that you can trust to represent your interests and provide the best customer service available. If you would like a consultation to help determine the value and discuss a comprehensive marketing plan to sell your home, please visit my website at lisareneehenry.com. That's Lisa Renee, R-E-N-E-E, Henry.com. Come experience the difference a great real estate agent can make.
Matt and I share car repair tips weekly to help you keep your car safely on the road, and a few of them are easy to do.
Yep, you're right, Dave. And one of the easiest is to have a dependable battery that you can trust to get you started no matter what the conditions.
Interstate Batteries are what we trust at Bumper to Bumper Radio. In fact, they're what we use at our own shops for our customers.
If you're like most people, your car is one of your most valuable investments. Make sure you take care of that investment with the power necessary to get you where you need to be. Interstate Batteries are America's #1 replacement brand with the factory fresh guarantee, and they're easy to find at good shops everywhere.
Cars or trucks, Interstate has you covered with long life and performance in our harsh desert climates with products like Megatron Plus. It carries a 30-month free replacement and a 6-year performance guarantee.
Interstate Batteries. No battery lasts longer. Check them out at interstatebatteries.com.
You know, Matt, I didn't know you rocked back and forth like that and got a really sweet look on your face. But this song does that to you.
I don't rock too much.
Yeah. You don't?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. A little rock, a little roll. I don't know.
Matt. You know, this guy, I talk to this guy more than my wife, you know. But and it's a real love-hate relationship. Because sometimes he gets under my skin. You know, it's like, you ever have a rock in your shoe?
It's like yesterday. I called you at the shop. Hey, it's Matt. It's David. Matt who? Matt Allen. I'm a friend. Oh, is your car here? No, I'm a friend. Oh, can I get your phone number? Well, he has it, but I'll give it to you anyway. You know, let me see if he's here. Don't tell me. I know you know if he's there or not. Quit. You know, I wanted to strangle you yesterday. And I call back again. Oh, he still hasn't got you. I said, would you just go hand him a note? I need to talk to him for 20 seconds. Would you?
You know, and I was busy. I got a text. I got an email.
If you're busy.
And I'm trying to train the new guy, you know. So Matt's just harassing him. Well, that's nice of you that you actually gave him his number.
I'm never too busy to take
your call. Because you know what? There's no one as important as you. And
that's right. When I'm on the phone, that's...
Well, we got a couple open lines at 602-277-5827. We're going to take Craig in Tonopah. He's got a 2012 Nissan Pathfinder. How can we help you, Craig? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Hi, guys. My wife and I bought this car for my wife, brand new, 2 months before the 2013s came out, so it's the older style Pathfinder. It just turned 51,000 miles on it, and the owner's manual said that we need to consider doing a transmission fluid and filter change. and she doesn't think so.
Give her my number.
Well, here's the thing. The car maybe only does at a maximum 30 miles a day. It stays very local.
You know what that means? It shifts a lot.
Yep,
It
a lot of
warms up
shift.
a lot. It cools off a lot, and it wears a little bit.
So I would say the thing that happens and that most of these service manuals are light on is transmission service. And we're seeing these transmissions a lot of times fail before their first scheduled maintenance. So we run into that on Toyotas from time to time. It's 80,000 miles and the transmission's cooked, and the first service is recommended at 100,000 miles. I would absolutely service a transmission. 50,000 miles is not too aggressive. I think it's about right for that vehicle. You do want to service it. And so here's a little caveat to that. A bad transmission service is worse than no service at all. So you want to get it serviced by a qualified, not necessarily down at the car wash, because I worked at the car wash when I was in high school, and I ruined a car too. I wasn't qualified to be working on these really nice cars that came in. In the training was here, you go over here and you pump oil in this hole.
Right.
Okay. So, good transmission maintenance is a good idea. If you got to come see me and it's bad news, it's real expensive. It's an expensive investment. Definitely service that transmission.
It's a little it's a $295 insurance policy. Is all that is, and it truly does need to be done.
And if you're one of those people that has an extended warranty and your manual recommended at 50 and you didn't do it and you're at 60 and something happens, they're going to void the warranty because you didn't get your service. Mm-hmm. So that's the other thing we were talking about warranties earlier is you gotta pay attention to what is required for you to stay in good standing with the warranty. So that's reading the fine print. So thanks so much for the call, Craig. We're going to go with Tim in Surprise. He's got a 2005 Dodge Durango. How can we help you, Tim? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Basically, my question is about, you just said something about batteries, how, you pay the one price, and then you're kind of like renting the battery after that. Now, do you know if that runs the same for all batteries? I mean, I know it's not smart to go and buy one at Walmart or whatever, but that was what was in the vehicle when we got it, and so, the first time we traded it in, we paid the prorated, but, yesterday I went to go take it in, and the battery had the date out of 7/15, July of last year, and then they charged me full price for it, saying, the battery was bought in 2012 originally, so you got to pay full price. Is that the way it's supposed to work?
Well, it depends on where you went. It sounds like maybe you went to a retailer that, a battery retailer like a store. You name your brand, and I think that's how some of them work. I mean,
and it's a good question up front when you're buying the battery. I think, Matt, when we sell batteries at our shop, we have a little bit more leeway in order to take care of our customers, and so we know the batteries. We're able to do it, whereas maybe in a big box store you don't have as much leeway.
Well, and can you imagine the paperwork nightmare and administration behind prorating batteries? I know a lot of battery companies have gotten away from it or getting away from it. They're just giving a straight 30-month warranty or 36-month warranty. If it fails before then, it's covered. If it's after that, you're on your own. It is a disaster of paperwork.
All right, well, thanks for the call, Tim. We're going to go with Sam in Glendale. He's got a 2005 Toyota Highlander. How can we help you, Sam? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Well, 2004.
2004.
5, 4, 3, 2, whatever.
Well, they had the check engine light came on, and I took it in to get a diagnostic, and they said they have to replace one of the catalytic converters and the sensor. Is that? I didn't know I didn't know they went out. That they actually go bad.
Catalytic converters definitely go bad, and then the sensor that you're referring to, those go bad as well. So catalytic converters, what's going on is that they're monitored by the O2 sensors in the vehicle. So there's one before the catalytic converter sniffing the bad exhaust, and there's one after the catalytic converter sniffing the what should now be cleaned up exhaust, and it's comparing those numbers to determine whether the catalytic converter is good or bad. And catalytic converters are very expensive, and so people are shell-shocked by them. And one of the things I know in my business is we call the customer, we say we can put the good factory catalytic converter in there that has all the platinum and polonium carbide in it, or we can get you the cheap aftermarket one that's going to last you 6 months. Which one do you want?
Sam, real quick, though, when you say you got a diagnostic done, define that to me. Did you go to a shop that did a diagnosis and actually did testing? Okay, so they went through the process and they charged you, and that's what you need.
Yes, and that's what the coach came out and said that it needs a new manifold converter.
Okay.
For right-side bank.
Yeah, and it's very, very likely that you do. I will tell you this, on some of the Toyotas and such, especially in the 05, 2003 range, they did have a lot of reprogramming issues. So there might be a flash that could cure that. It's not to say that the catalytic converter is not bad. And I hate it when my technicians come to me and say it needs both the catalytic converter and the sensors. Well, I really want to know that the test is right, because sometimes I say, which one is it? Because what are you going to just replace them both and hope you got it? And sometimes we replace the oxygen sensors because they're rusted into the manifold. You can't get them out. It makes sense to do it. But you also want to do engine carbon cleaning whenever you replace the catalytic converter. Catalytic converters in a perfect world do not fail. They failed because they've been overloaded with fuel, with cars that have been overfilled on oil. So make sure that you have the fuel injectors clean, do an engine decarbon when you do the catalytic converter as well.
And that's where some of the maintenance stuff's going to come up, and why you want to maintain your car, because when you neglect, it starts to cause other problems that wouldn't necessarily happen. So, having things tuned up or, maintained, getting oil changes regular like you should. Anyhow, thanks for joining us. If you're looking for a good, honest, competent shop, you can find them at bumpertobumperradio.com. From Matt and Dave and all the shops at Bumper to Bumper Radio, have a great weekend.